Coming up, we're going to talk about Apple. The shares soaring this morning, hitting yet another record high, topping $600 billion in market value before falling with the rest of the stock market. So how did Apple actually get to be Apple? It wasn't luck, and we're going to find out what the culture is going to produce in the future. We're joined now by Carmine Gallo. He is the author of The Apple Experience. We go from tech to tech. Carmine, good to have you with us.
Hi,
Indeed.
Tim.
So the Apple Experience, is it really about the culture? Is the culture at Apple so different than at other technology companies?
It certainly is when you talk about the Apple retail store, which is what I've spent many, many months examining and studying. Remember in May of 2001, when the Apple Store first started, they only had about 5% market share, and they really were struggling to make inroads in the market. The Apple Store has been a hit for the last decade from day one. And I was studying that. How did they do that? A lot of it, yes, has to do with culture. In the media, as we are, we like to look at things. So we go down to Fifth Avenue, we see the beautiful cube, and we see the iconic glass and the staircase, but there's so much more beyond the design of the store. It's in the people. Apple likes to say the soul of the Apple Store is in our people.
They're well-trained.
How they are hired, how they are trained, how they're motivated, how they're taught to communicate with you when you walk into a store.
Are they paid by commission, or are they paid as a salary and then they get to buy the stock in the company like all the other Apple employees?
When you start with a vision, like Steve Jobs and Ron Johnson, who's now at JCPenney, when you start with a vision like they did, which is not to sell stuff, they specifically said, we're not going to sell products, we're going to enrich lives. What does that mean, to enrich lives? It means we have a non-commissioned sales floor, which means that when you walk into a store, if you spend 1 hour with a sales associate, what are called specialists, and they spend 50 minutes talking to you, Pim, about your favorite sport, and maybe 10 minutes on the product, and you leave without buying a product, that's perfectly okay, as long as you have a smile on your face and a great experience. But think about how different that is than most of the retail stores.
So it's about solving a customer's problem rather than just selling the customer a piece of a product.
And what's interesting about what you just said, solving problems, early in the Apple retail experience, I talked to a former executive who said that we discovered very early on that former teachers make better salespeople than folks who have experience in retail or who are computer geeks, because they were more focused on solving your problem and asking you specific questions.
Teachers.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a lot of former teachers at Apple.
All right. We're going to talk more about it. We've got the more with Carmine Gallo, more coming up on Taking Stock. He is the author of the new book, The Apple Experience. This is Taking Stock on Bloomberg. This is Taking Stock on Bloomberg. I'm Pim Fox. All right, secrets behind the brand of Apple. I'm speaking with Carmine Gallo. He is the author of The Apple Experience, Secrets to Building Insanely Great Customer Loyalty.
You got to throw in insanely great loyalty.
Insanely
right?
great. So you were saying that there are 5 steps?
It's called the Apple 5 Steps of Service.
All
so
right,
the next time you walk into an Apple store, pick this out. And every employee is trained to do this. First, they're going to approach. Actually, think of the acronym APPLE, Apple.
Okay.
Approach with a warm, personalized greeting. Oh, hi, nice to see you today. What's your name? They'll get your name very quickly. Oh, it's Pim. Pim, I'm Carmine. Nice to meet you. What are you in for today? Can we help you with anything? So they greet you as soon as you enter the door. That makes you feel like comfortable. I'm in the game. I'm acknowledged. Probe. They'll ask you questions, open and closed-ended questions. They will present you with a solution you can take home today. You may say, you know, I'm not interested in buying the iPad today. It's a little expensive. That's okay, Pim. We've got free workshops here. Can I sign you up for one? You can come in anytime to learn more about the iPad. So present a solution, listen for any unresolved issues, and finally, end with a fond farewell. Each employee is trained to take you through those 5 steps.
Well done. Yeah. All right. Well, that's a fond farewell for this evening. I want to thank you very much, Carmine Gallo, the author of The Apple Experience. Appreciate your insights and your book.